Hello everyone! Hearing my voice once again, but in this is important. Timelines all over the place in this one. Sorry about that. Anyway, KinKuni Winter Special. It's not winter, I know, and it technically belongs all the way before the Note Challenge. It's right after the What Hurts series. So just to clear any confusion that could appear. As always, special thanks to my lovely patrons and all of you who subscribe and watch these videos. Especially these days, times are difficult for us, so thank you very much. You are keeping this channel going. Literally. I hope you'll enjoy. This was supposed to be a nice day for Kunimi. He got released from the hospital just yesterday and couldn't wait to finally sleep in his own bed. Or technically any bed, as long as Kindaichi would lie beside him. That would be enough. Fortunately, his boss was very understanding about the whole situation and let Kunime have paid leave for some time until he was fit enough to work again. Which meant he could sleep as long as he wanted, and that's exactly what he planned on doing. If it wasn't for Kindaichi's squealing at 8 AM, tearing him from a nice dream about their wedding. Even though they couldn't marry in Japan yet, one could always dream, right? Well, not in this household, apparently. He grunted and rolled over, smacking the pillow over his head. Please, for the love of gods, don't act like a child. He heard Kindaichi giggle, and soon a heavy weight almost catapulted him from the bed. Now for fuck... Hey, no swearing. And I can't help it. Just look out of the window. It looks so pretty. Kunime grumbled and huddled more into the covers. If there was anything that could make Kindaichi happier than the fact Kunime got finally released from hospital, it was the snow behind the windows. He always got excited more than a small child, at least that's what Kunime always said, at the sight of snow. Especially since they moved to the outskirts of the city and everything was clean and fresh. Though Kunime would be lying if he said the sight of smiling Kindaichi didn't make his heart beat faster. He would never admit it out loud though. He had a reputation to uphold. Now though, it only made him moodier. Come on, Aki, be appreciative. Of what? It's cold, and we will have to clean it up. We? You never clean the snow anyway. And don't worry, I'll take care of it. I just thought we could maybe go out for a walk later. We don't have to go far, just so you get some fresh air. What do you think? Kunime huffed, but stopped himself before he could say something too snarky. Kindaichi spent the whole time he was in the hospital with him, worrying and making sure he had everything he needed, often forgetting to even eat. And even though Kunime was glad his boyfriend was with him, he could see on his face he was still feeling guilty. It broke his heart seeing Kindaichi blame himself so much, but he didn't know what else to say or do to reassure him it wasn't his fault and that he didn't blame him in the slightest. And now he was worried he could make Kindaichi even more sad if he refused. He sighed and rolled over on his back, narrowing his eyes at Kindaichi. Short walk, and you'll carry me home if I get tired. Just for you. Kindaichi's smile widened even more, and Kunime had to bite his tongue to keep his grumpy expression. Damn you, Yutaro, and your stupid contagious smile. Great. Do you need help with anything? I'm not bedridden. I can dress up myself. Kindaichi pouted. But then you will get tired even before we go out. Kunime snorted a short laugh, kinda charmed by Kindaichi's logic. I promise I won't. It's much better now, really. Are you sure? You know you can tell me. I'll help you with anything. It's not a problem, and... Kunimi rolled his eyes affectionately and pulled Kindaichi down to silence him with a kiss. Don't worry about me, okay? I'm fine. I wouldn't do something I don't want to. Go clean the driveway. I'll come in a while. But breakfast? I'll make us something. But... It's fine, I promise. Go shovel the snow before it gets stuck. Kindaichi grumbled for a little longer, but then finally sighed and leaned into another kiss before heading out. Kunimi chuckled. Kindaichi's care was incredibly heartwarming, and he just couldn't get enough, no matter how much he might look like he hated it. And all I had to do was to almost die. He smiled and went to look for his winter clothes. Come on, you have to admit it looks almost like a fairy tale. All the snow sparkling in the sun. It looks like some expensive fabric for a princess ball dress. And the trees look amazing too. It's also gentle, don't you think? Kunimi sighed and leaned more into Kindaichi's side, absorbing all the warmth he could from him. He was getting pretty cold, but he couldn't bring himself to ruin Kindaichi's fun. And besides, Kindaichi was the best heater. And so he decided to swallow his pride for once and actually enjoy being outside. It would be worth it even if he went just to see his boyfriend smile. He would never imagine he would miss something like other people smiling, but he couldn't get enough of seeing his boyfriend genuinely happy. I admit it's really nice, but could we at least get some tea or something? My hands are cold. I told you to wear gloves. But they are uncomfortable. Kindaichi rolled his eyes and looked around. I don't think we can get anything here right now. But I would have a solution. He raised his hands to Kunimi, palms up, a small smile playing on his lips. Give me your hands. What is this? A Hallmark movie? Despite his grumbling, he eagerly grabbed Kindaichi's hands and let himself feel dwarfed by his boyfriend again. Dating a tall guy had its advantages. Better? But, you know, now that I mentioned it, my face is kinda cold too. It wasn't really a lie, but he had a different plan. He just wanted to know if it would work. Two large, warm hands cupped his face, thumbs gently caressing his cheeks. Much better. Kindaichi chuckled and leaned closer, so his breath ghosted over Kunimi's skin. You know, Aki, you are really inconspicuous. Just say you want me to kiss you. You know I won't reject you. I wasn't going to ask that, but since you offered it so kindly, I may as well use that offer. It would be a shame if I left you hanging, right? Kindaichi rolled his eyes and closed the distance between them, connecting their lips in a soft kiss. And Kunimi could melt like the snow around them in spring. He missed this, just being close to each other as much as possible, sharing touches and kisses, being happy together. He promised himself never to take that for granted. Slowly but surely, the warmth from Kindaichi's touches seeped into his skin, warming his insides with a small but persistent flame. Feeling better? Yeah, I missed you, you know. Kindaichi tilted his head in confusion. But I was with you the whole time. Is it about the time I left? I'm sorry, Aki. I really am. I know I shouldn't have. I'm sorry. Forgive me, please. Kunimi's heart shattered seeing the sadness and guilt in Kindaichi's eyes again. He wrapped his arms around his neck, lightly scratching the undercut on his nape. There's nothing to forgive. Please stop blaming yourself. I hate to see you like this. It wasn't your fault, okay? I should have thought twice before doing a prank like that, and I should work on remembering dates. I swear I will write all the important dates into my phone with notifications, so I won't forget anything. Kindachi sighed and hugged Kunime's waist, hiding his face in his shoulder. I can't stop thinking about what could have happened. I was hesitating, Aki. After you called for help, I was hesitating before I went home instead of running to immediately. The doctor said you lost 37% of your blood. That's only 3% under critical level. If I hesitated a few minutes more, you could have died. I almost lost you, and I wouldn't be able to look into your family's faces because it would be my fault. He took a shuddered breath and squeezed him tighter. I'm not leaving you again, I swear. Unless you tell me to get lost. I won't. I'm glad you are with me. He pulled away a bit to wipe away Kindachi's tears. Don't cry, please. It breaks my heart and you'll get frostbite. Let's go to the park. I bet there's going to be some stall with warm things. And we can build a snowman or something if you want. Kindachi let out a strangled chuckle and squeezed Kunime to his chest. I love you. Kunime felt his cheeks heating up, this time not from Kindachi's touch. I love you too. Nothing changed on that, and it never will. Now let's get some tea, shall we?